One of the fundamental principles upon which Lagoa is based is pressure. We have an emitting object inside the wine bottle, and when the particles bounce around it finds an opening and flows out. And if that opening was blocked, then it would simply build up inside. So let's see what would happen when we do that. If I were to change the size of the particles, instead of 0.2 units to 1 unit in size, it can't get out of that bottleneck because it's too big, so it sits there. Now we only emit once in this case, so if I were to go inside the compound and say, let's say emit every frame, it builds up until it can't actually occupy any more volume and stops emitting. And this is what this perform space check does. Basically says, can I add another particle of the same size in this volume? Nope, another particle occupies that space, therefore do not fill it. If I were to turn off space check, watch what happens. It fills the volume and then it tries to add another particle in the same space, and therefore it pushes another one away because of the pressure involved. So that's what the perform space check does. If I were to go back and change this back to 0.2 and actually bring up my grid, I'm going to put it over the bottleneck. When we start emitting again, a similar sort of thing happens. There's going to be a build-up of pressure, and then once the bottle stop is moved, it will simply find a way out. It's constantly pushing and finding what is available in terms of its movement and its path. Let's turn off the every frame and go back to once at frame and just have a look at the simulation. So for the liquids, best to add the surface from point cloud, and then we can change the settings, add a little bit more detail, even smooth it out a bit, maybe something like 10 here. And one of the beauties is in the Lagoa and the Polygonizer really works well together is to create this fluid shaper. And it really does help make a proper fluid shaper. We can also add things like this, remove intersections, especially when it hits collision objects. So if I were to now go back to my Polygonizer settings, just lock that for now. Let's have a look. So with Polygonizer we can change the settings just to, let's say, remove the number of details just to get the flow, how things are looking. And once we get to the final result, you can crank it up at any frame and then say, let's go and add a little material on here. By Polygonizer, let's just open up the materials, and let's just go and add this material. Let's have a look how it looks. So in a few steps, it's you can really start to control the flow of, in this case, liquid by controlling the pressures, and then using the Polygonizer, the fluid shaper. It's really cool to be able to get this lovely wine liquid going here.